We are standing at the very stands of the famous Globe Theatre, where history was made. The iconic home of the legendary William Shakespeare, built centuries ago in London. This is the very stage where Shakespeare brought his most beloved stories to life. From the heartbreak of Romeo and Juliet to the dark ambition of Macbeth, these walls have witnessed it all. Welcome back to Ocean of Tales. Today, we get to walk in the footsteps of one of the greatest writers the world has ever known, and explore the timeless plays that have captured hearts for over 400 years. Let the journey begin. Hamlet. The Prince of Denmark returns home for his father's funeral. His father's ghost appears on the castle ramparts at night. It tells him he was murdered by his own brother. Hamlet is asked to avenge a death he cannot prove, in a court where everyone is watching everyone else. Shakespeare's longest play and his most interior. A man who thinks too much in a world that rewards action. Macbeth. A Scottish general meets three witches on a blasted heath. They tell him he will be king. His wife does not wait for fate to arrange it. Shakespeare's shortest tragedy and his most compressed. Once the first murder happens, nothing can be undone, only repeated. A study of ambition curdling into something that cannot stop feeding itself. King Lear. An aging king divides his kingdom among his three daughters based on how well each one flatters him. One daughter refuses to play along. What follows is a fall with no floor. Lear loses his crown, his family, and his mind, often in the same scene. Many call this Shakespeare's bleakest work. It offers almost nothing in the way of comfort. Othello. A respected general marries in secret against the wishes of his new wife's father. His most trusted officer decides to destroy him for it. Ego needs no real motive, only opportunity, and Othello's willingness to believe the worst. A small number of characters, a handkerchief, and a tragedy built almost entirely on whispers. Julius Caesar. A group of Roman senators convince themselves that killing Caesar will save the Republic. It does not. The assassination happens early. Everything after is the argument about what it meant, and the chaos that argument unleashes. Brutus believes he acted with honor. The play is not sure that matters. Antony and Cleopatra. A Roman general falls for the Queen of Egypt. Rome does not approve. The play moves constantly between Egypt and Rome, between politics and obsession. Shakespeare's most adult love story, two people who are bad for each other and bad for everyone around them and cannot stop. Coriolanus. A brilliant Roman soldier has no talent for the politics that come after victory. He cannot flatter the crowd. He cannot pretend to need anyone. One of Shakespeare's coldest heroes in one of his most cynical plays about public life. Rarely staged, often the most relevant. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Two pairs of young lovers flee into a forest outside Athens. The forest is ruled by feuding fairies. One of them has a flower that makes people fall in love with the first thing they see. What follows is chaos, mistaken identity, and a man with the head of a donkey. Light, fast, and the friendliest entry point into Shakespeare's whole body of work. Twelfth Night. Viola is shipwrecked on the coast of Illyria and disguises herself as a man to survive. She falls for a duke. The duke loves someone else. That someone else falls for Viola's disguise. A comedy with a melancholy edge. Shakespeare at his most graceful about love, mistaken identity, and loneliness. Much Ado About Nothing. Two soldiers return from war to a household full of gossip, pranks and unspoken feelings. Benedict and Beatrice insult each other constantly. Everyone else can see exactly why. Shakespeare's wittiest dialogue, built almost entirely on people talking themselves into the truth. The Merchant of Venice. A merchant borrows money against a pound of his own flesh to help a friend impress the woman he loves. The loan cannot be repaid on time. The lender intends to collect. A play that calls itself a comedy and resists that label at every turn. Its courtroom scene is still argued over today. As You Like It. Rosalind is banished from court and flees to the forest of Arden, disguised as a young man. The man she loves is hiding in the same forest and does not recognize her. Witty, generous, and full of characters who are happier outdoors than they ever were at home. The Taming of the Shrew. A wealthy man will not let his younger daughter marry until his sharp-tongued elder daughter is married off first. A suitor arrives who claims he can manage her. One of Shakespeare's funniest and most uncomfortable plays, audiences have argued about who is really being tamed for over 400 years. Henry V. A young king who once spent his nights in taverns now leads an invasion of France. The night before the Battle of Agincourt, he walks among his soldiers in disguise. Shakespeare's great speech-driven history play, patriotic but never entirely uncomplicated about it. Richard III. A deformed, ambitious prince talks directly to the audience about exactly how he plans to seize the throne. He tells you everything in advance, and you watch him do it anyway. One of the great theatrical villains. The play is essentially his, scene by scene. And so, as the curtain falls on the Globe Theatre, one thing is certain: Shakespeare's magic will never truly die. If you enjoyed exploring the world of Shakespeare alongside us, subscribe to our channel so you never miss the next one. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode of Ocean of Tales.